Bloating and indigestion have become a very common problem these days. And have you ever wondered that this might be happening due to eating poor food combinations? Different foods that we eat have different requirements for digestion. For example, certain foods need acidic juices in the body, and certain others need alkaline juices in the body for their digestion. And if we mix them two together in the same meal, then all the juices are released in the body that neutralize each other's effect, and digestion does not take place properly. And another thing is that certain foods would digest quicker or faster than certain others. So again, if we mix foods of different variety that digest at different rates together in the same meal, then they hamper each other's digestion. In this video, I'll be sharing 5 golden rules of food combining that once you start practicing on a daily basis will become very easy to remember and follow. The first and the easiest rule to remember is that you should never mix liquids with the semi-solid or solid foods. And by liquids, I mean water, juices, tea, or coffee. What happens is when we eat food, then digestive juices, digestive enzymes are released in the body. And if we have liquid in the body as well, like water or juices or teas, then these dilute the juices and digestion does not take place properly. So ideally, you should not drink anything before at least 15 to 30 minutes before having a meal and for 1.5 hours after having a meal. For the next 4 rules, I'd like to divide all the food into 4 major categories. That is fruits, vegetables, protein, and starch. So the second rule is about fruits. Fruits should always be eaten alone. They don't go well with any other food groups. And if you want to take it up another level, then fruits can also be subdivided into 4 categories. That's melons, acidic fruit, subacidic fruit, and sweet fruit. And fruits that fall under each category can be eaten with each other. And also you can mix sweet fruit with subacidic fruits. 2 simple examples of poor food combining that all of us do pretty much every day in almost all our meals is one that we tend to eat fruit while eating our food or just immediately after finishing a meal as a dessert. This is really not a good idea. Like I said, food does not go well with other things. So if you want to have fruits, have them on empty stomach or before having your meal. Once you've eaten the fruit, give it a break of around 45 minutes to 1 hour so that it can get digested properly before you eat your food. Another common mistake that we do is making milkshakes or fruit smoothies because dairy and fruit don't go well together. So if you want to have dairy, have it separately and have your fruits separately. Third rule of food combining is that protein and starch don't go well together. Protein would need acidic juices in the body and starch needs alkaline juices in the body. And like I mentioned earlier, that if we mix these two together, your body will release both these juices at the same time and they'll neutralize each other's effect and the food will not get digested properly. You will feel bloating, indigestion, poor assimilation of nutrients. Some of the examples of poor food combining that involves protein and starchy foods together in a meal that are very common and we consume them pretty much every day is having dairy products like cheese or milk with starchy foods like pasta, breads, or meat products with pastas, breads, rice, chapatis. So the ideal way to eat this, in case you want to include proteins in your diet, is to eat them with a lot of vegetables and not starch. The fourth rule is on vegetables. Vegetables go really well with each other and they really go well with protein as well as they go well with starch. So if you want to have a lot of starchy food, then have it with vegetables. And if you want to have protein-rich meals, have it with vegetables, but don't mix protein with starch. Last and the fifth rule that I want to share today is that when you're eating raw foods and cooked foods together in the same meal, always try to eat the raw food first. Because raw foods have a lot of digestive enzymes in them and they also help in the digestion of cooked food that you will eat after that. So I hope you found these rules helpful and you will try to incorporate them in your daily meal plan. Maybe to start with one at a time and see how it goes.